Hi, this is Coach Chris Brown from Emergent Fitness, and today we're going to be talking about tempo training. This is the first weekly video of the new 12-week training cycle that starts today. Tempo training is a method of training popularized by strength coaches Ian King in Australia and Charles Poliquin here in the US. It's also believed to have been commonly used by Eastern Bloc coaches during the 1960s. Tempo training is a way of specifying how much or how quickly to do the different segments of a lift. So for example, if you saw this notation in one of our programs, squat 3 sets of 8 reps at a tempo of 3-0-1-0. This would mean that you're going to do the lowering or eccentric portion of the squat, so the down part, in 3 seconds. So you're counting 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, lift. This number describes the pause at the bottom, so if we wanted you to stay in the bottom of the squat for any period of time. And then this number, the 1, is the up or lifting or concentric part of the lift. And finally, the last number is the pause between lifts. If the eccentric or the lifting portions are 0, that means you're going to do them quickly. Sometimes you will see a notation where the lifting part of the lift is an X, and that means to do it explosively or as fast as possible. So that's what tempo training is. Now let's talk about why we would do tempo training. There's 2 main categories of reasons for doing tempo training. Those are quality and adaptation. So on the quality side, tempo training allows us to build a better quality of movement. It requires some focus and some attention to how quickly you're doing the lift, which helps to improve your body awareness as you're doing the lift. Pausing between reps or at the bottom of the lift also encourages you to make adjustments to your form to improve the biomechanics of the lift. For beginners or people that may have some minor flaws with their lifting mechanics, this is a great way to get better and something that will transfer later to using these movements in a faster, maybe in a workout, for example. On the adaptation side of things, tempo training can really help to improve tendon strength. When you're moving the weight quickly, as this happens in a lot of modern workouts, you put a lot of stress on your tendons, but you don't do a lot to strengthen or improve the strength of your tendons. So using tempo training can help with that. Tempo training is also helpful with strength gains. It puts it's a different stress on your muscles. It's another kind of variety that you don't see as often in modern training programs like CrossFit. And it also allows you to build some work capacity. While for moving the weight at a set speed, oftentimes in a slower speed, you're actually doing more work, and you have what Poliquin or Ian King would refer to as more time under tension. It's important with tempo training that you don't cheat and that you're consistent with your movement. It can be really tempting as you're doing a lift, like for a press, for example, that you're supposed to lower it on a 4 count and you end up lowering it on a 2 count, or your counting goes from 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000 to 1 2 3. There are several metronome applications for the iPhone and the Android that you can use, and some of our coaches will have those for you on their devices to help you set that timing, especially when the tempos are longer than 2 seconds. And finally, like most training methods, tempo training is not something you're necessarily going to do forever, or it may not be something that you do for every single lift in every single workout. So for this first month of our new training cycle, you will be seeing tempo training on a regular, almost daily basis. But as we move into month 2, you'll see less and less tempo training. And in some ways, this is using that first month to build a base of movement quality and strength that we're going to add to and utilize in months 2 and 3.